Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Lion.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Tide Hunter.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Invoker.
Dire team pick.
Bat Rider!
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Vengeful spirits.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ogre Magi!
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Venomancer.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Templar Assassin.
Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Imber spirit.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining.
Drow Ranger.
Grace to you.
Thirty seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Well-gotten gains.
Right, so let's go into the drafts. We do see a TA and an Ogre Magi mid against an Invoker, and the Ogre looked like he was gonna camp a little, but I guess it's a bit difficult to help out right now when his level is so low and Invoker has such a long range. Top, we see the Lion and Ember Spirit versus a Tide Hunter. Tide Hunter is perfectly capable of 1v3ing top, since the Ogre is just rotated up. And as long as the Tide Hunter pulls NC, gets a bit of EXP, it should be fine. Bottom lane, we have the Vengeful versus the Bat Rider, who's gonna... so Vengeful manages to get the last hit, and the Vino, using all the spells, does contribute as well. So bottom lane we have Drow VS, which is a very popular damage duo, and the Vino, who is now off to control the rune. Drow, Vino, and VS. I think we're gonna see them take the towers and Rex down very quickly. I wouldn't be surprised to see by like 20 minutes to have all the outer towers down. Bat Rider, even though level 1, or rather, well, I guess they're both level 1, so Bat Rider at level 1 is actually very possibly able to take down the Vengeful Spirit, provided the Vengeful Spirit doesn't have any backup. And you saw them in a 1v1, Vengeful's HP was like super low, and she had 6 stacks on her. So I think we'll see during the resume what happens. The Bat has no EXP at all, so she's nowhere near getting Firefly to escape from this, and I think she's gonna go down as well, again. So mid lane for a while I was a bit confused because there was an Ember and there was a TA, but looks like they've decided to let the Ember go on up top, and you can kind of see the synergy that the Ember, Ogre, Lion, Bat and TA will have. Bat and Lion are actually going to be very capable of jumping opponent carries, which is going to be very effective against the Drow, because the Drow is actually very immobile. And here we have Sunstrike coming out, which hits, and Bat Rider goes down again. Well, she didn't have anywhere to go. She went aggressive on the Vengeful, kind of forgot about the Vino, and just dived too far trying to harass. Top lane, Tide is actually doing quite decently, somewhere in the mid of net worth chart, and she just goes in and gets some EXP. She'll hit 4 pretty quickly. She knows the Lion has just used the stun. She could actually go and steal the creeps like what she's doing. So this is another reason why you shouldn't just spam your spells, especially when they're low level on NCs. It's just not worth it, and it just gives opponents a reason to come for you. So TA and Invoker mid actually looks like the TA has been winning. I think the Invoker's Forge Spirit was trying to deny the rune, but I guess she didn't micro it, so TA manages to refill her bottle. which is quite crucial for her. And yes, my overlay. So you're gonna be treated to a very long overlay. Drow has picked up power threats, which is a pretty good option for her because it helps add to the HP, damage and attack speed. And this ward here should have seen the Vengeful plant this ops here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a D-ward coming out soon. The top lane looks like the Ember has overtaken all their heroes to be the top net worth right now. And Tide is still not doing too badly, just slightly behind a Solo and Invoker mid. So Bat Rider has already died 3 times. I wouldn't say it's a successful off lane for the Bat Rider. And it doesn't seem like the supports have been stacking up NCs, so it's gonna be quite difficult for her to get back in the game. Especially since the supports at bottom are not rotating. And we see the TA coming in with a haste, manages to take out the Vino and is now going for the VS. Drow comes in for a Frost Arrow hit but has to back off. Ogre as well has rotated to the bottom. I think they've probably realized that the bottom's getting too much out of this, and the rotation from the TA came out at a perfect timing with the haste rune.
Denied.
And the TA is back to mid lane, just setting up traps for visibility. And in the top, the Emma has switched off the Aquila, probably to prevent creeps from pushing too fast, since giving the Tide any more EXP will mean that Tide gets 6. I guess it's an inevitable thing, but this kill on the Tide is gonna slow down that level a bit, especially with this wave coming in right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So I think the Tide was just probably really trying to get that last few bits of EXP so that it should be 6. So Vino and Drow rounding the Bat Rider once again. Bat Rider is 3, has Firefly, but the damage output is just gonna mean that the Bat dies for the 4th time. Bat's actually making up all the deaths of FourZeroZone. An Invis rune on the Ogre. There's nothing much to do mid because Invoker is playing really far back. And Tide has decided to go to NC. Net worth of the Tide is slowing down now. Still managing to keep somewhere in the mid level of the chart, but slowing down. I think the kill really set her back a lot, but at least now she's 6. Amber is 7. It's 1008 gold on her. And Lion has more or less been babysitting top.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So this tower is gonna go down. I don't see anyone planning to TP in to save it. And Bat gets taken down in the process as well. Cancelled TP from the TA because there's just no point going in. And I believe the second tower will probably go down as well, simply because they know the TA has no more TP. And cause the Bat died. So if the Bat comes in to try to defend this, I think the Bat's gonna die again. Level 4, cannot really do anything, especially with just boots. Lion rotates in as well. Level 5 does not have damage output right now to do anything. And Bat Fire flies in together with the Ember. Ember dies, however, leaving the Drow with just a little bit. And the Drow manages to take down the Bat as well. Tide comes in with Timely Ravage and a cancelled TP. The Ogre cancelled the TP on the Vino, manages to take the Vino down. So the Tide backs off, manages to stay alive. And that's a pretty good rotation
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
from both Ember and the TA.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Unfortunately, I think everyone wasn't in the right
Dire's
position,
middle tower is under
and the
attack.
wards from the Vino
Dire's structures are
was
fortified.
hampering the movement of Bat Rider.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But that rotation is, well, I'm not sure if it's really gonna cost because Invoker still doesn't really seem to be picking up that well. But any rotation away from mid normally allows the other mid laner to pick up more than the mid laner should be allowed to. TA rotating top, allowing mid to be pushed. Invoker has Midas, so she's gonna catch up quite quickly. And these are where the rotations are gonna hurt ladies for 0Z. VS going in on the Lion. Sunstrike comes in. It would have hit, but Lion was already dead. And I think GG's gonna be decently happy with that pick off since the Lion was just out of position. So after taking the bottom towers, we see GG coming in top. They are probably gonna be looking to take the towers top as well. I think they found it a bit difficult. They just smoked up under a ward and they're rotating mid. So there was a ward here that should have seen that smoke, because they did it just round the corner here. So if they know that smoke's been used and that the supports are mid, they should have definitely gone on the draw. But it's too late. We have the two supports coming in. Vino starts off with the Gale, and then a swap comes in from the from the Venge, and TA is taken down. Early dust, very important as well, to reveal the position so that there's no way the TA can hide. And there we have the towers going down very quickly. Forge Spirits and an Exhort Invoker
Dire's middle tower is under
deals
attack.
an immense amount of damage. And the supports have rotated back up top. Terror, Silence, Frost Arrows. The Lion is one hit from death and does go down. The Ember, however, autos up and comes back in. Tight Ravages. And a Silence going off once again on the Ember. I think the Ember is gonna go down this time. Not so lucky anymore because there's no more Lion to distract. Ogre comes in together with the TA. And we have Vengeful going down. The Drow is being chased right now. And one more hit from TA takes Drow down. Stun coming out from the Ogre. The Tide is in trouble. The Tide does go down. But even so, you see the top net worth heroes belong to GG still. It's thanks to the towers that they've been taking down. And the kills on the Bat Rider. Speaking of the Bat Rider, let's see what she has. 800 gold, infused raindrops. Nothing to make an impact right now. A smoked up Lion, probably going into ward. So with a smoke like that, she should have risked going in all the way and planting one somewhere in a more compromising position, I guess.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The traps have enough visibility around the river area. It's what's happening further back at the towers that you want to see. Ember has a BOT, choosing mobility over damage early in the game. And GG chooses to back off. Navino's wards, spotting out movements and rotations. And Navino just TPing away quickly. Invoker now soloing Roshan. Has Forged Spirits to tank up. But Forged Spirits are sitting right on top of a TA ward, well, or TA trap. So they definitely know what's going on. Ember isn't moving yet. Doesn't seem to want to go in. And we have the TA who manages to get one hit off, and the Ember tries to go in for the Aegis, but gets ravaged and taken out before she can escape, and the Bat goes down once again. We have the Lion poking her head out and deciding, nah, I'm not gonna get myself mixed up in that. Dragonlance in addition to the Desolator. TA has a lot of damage output right now. Drow is carrying the Aegis. And the wards are gonna spot the rotation
Dire's top tower
up
is
top.
under attack.
So as predicted, we're on track for 20 minutes and all outer towers down for the Dire. I guess that's just the
Dire's
power
top
of
tower has fallen.
the auras and the damage output from Drow, Venge, as well as Invoker. Right, so all outer towers are down. And Tide, if the Tide is going for a dagger, she's very close to it. The TA knows that a rotation's coming out. Either that or she's going for mid. So Sunstrike does manage to connect with the Lion. Lion is taken down. While the Ember pushes top, we have a group up of 5 heroes for GG coming in at the bottom. And the Ogre is so tanky that the GRILLS hits didn't do as much damage as they could have done
Radiant's top
if,
tower is
say,
under
she
attack.
was hitting the Bat Rider or the Lion. This game is pausing, is messing up the center of my screen. I'm trying to show like the ward locations, but it's covering every single ward that I click on. So for some reason they know that there's a ward here. Or something. Take a look at the score chart. So TA is actually carrying the game with 7-1-0. VS doing good work with a 2-3-10 and 0 deaths on both Invoker as well as the Ogre. XP charts in favor of GG. Net worth in favor of GG as expected as well. And an item check. Invoker, Boots of Travel, picking up an Arc soon. Vino, item still quite open, maybe a Force Staff, maybe a Scepter. And Tide does have the Dagger, which is gonna be sitting in base because the Courier is here. But the Courier looks like it's going back to pick it up. So I guess that's good. And Aegis still on the draw. Ultimate Orb now, giving her lots of stats. I think we're gonna see this Sunstrike connect with the Ember once they resume the game. We have a Hood up on the Ogre as well, which just adds to the Ogre's tankiness. TA has 1.9k in addition to her damage items. She's going for damage and mobility. And the lion, level 7, hit dress and boots. So this pulse is technically not very fair because it has more or less caught up with the current game situation. But I guess we don't have any choice. It's actually quite unfortunate that the TA is the one who DC'd, because TA is the one who's more or less carrying the game. So level 14 TA, level 14 Invoker. GG has 2 level 11 cores, the Tide as well as the Drow. And for 4-0Z, Ember is level 11, whereas the rest of them range from 7 to 9. So this Stargirl is actually a support player. Interesting that she plays the mid lane for 4-0Z. And it doesn't look like she's online. So it's a pretty long wait for a blue screen. I'm actually just looking through because I don't want to stay in that screen anymore. There's nothing left to see. And I'm just waiting for the online to come back. So let's start taking a look at all the players then. So it's always very interesting to me how you could have played all support heroes and then you suddenly play a TA. Whereas if you take a look at Aurora's case, she's the farmer for GG, and it does seem quite consistent with her recent games. But well, okay, so she cannot reconnect and is stuck in a loading screen. Quite I guess it's quite a killjoy. So let me just find out what's happening.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Okay, so okay, game is back. I'm glad that they managed to recon somehow. And we see the first base tower for FourZeroZ is down. Aegis is actually still up on Drow. They can actually afford to force this a bit. They are gonna smoke and hang around behind the Drow. We see the Ogre thinking about it. Comes up, is just not out of position enough for them to go on the Ogre. We still have two of their heroes in smoke, which is the Tide as well as the VS. And the Drow is predictably going in front to just try to bait out some of the spells and take some of the damage for the team, since she still has the Aegis, and then we have the Tide coming in with the Ravage. Finger goes off as well. Bat is taken down very quickly. Ember backing off, and the TA just got swapped back in by the VS. So the two cores of FourZeroZ, they're still in the game, but they are helpless against the push from bottom. And one side of Rex is taken. And through all this, Drow still keeps the Aegis on her. We have a completed Arganims on Invoker. We have a Force Staff on the Vino. Drow has a Lincoln. The next clash is just gonna go more in favor of GG, I believe. Dagger on the TA. Still nothing much on the bat. Ember picks up a Claymore and a Perseverance. Ogre and just more wards, and Lion still nothing. So it's pretty obvious that item wise, level wise, it's in favor of GG right now. And Aegis is gone, has expired, so now Drow is going to play carefully. But surprisingly, she's still the one who's leading the charge. I guess she knows that Bat cannot jump, Lion cannot jump. So she's actually quite safe if she times her silence properly. Plus, Dragon Lance gives her a lot more reach, so she can actually hit from further away. And she's choosing to just focus on the tower. She's missing quite a handful of the hits and changes target to the TA. Ravage comes in from the Tide on a solo TA just to get the TA down, and an immediate buyout as the TA comes back in. They know that Ravage is down, but can they make use of this time frame? To make anything happen. So on the other hand, GG also knows that if they manage to take the TA out once more, they probably have the game. And Lion is almost taken down just by right hits from the Drow. We have a Mecha coming out, is healing the Drow a bit, but the Drow is actually on very low HP. VS coming in as well as Vino. Vino manages to get an ultimate off. And we have the heroes just clumping up together, just all in a mad rush to take out the opponent heroes. And a good game is called. So I guess we'll be going into the second game. Quite a decisive victory, I would say. The only hero that was probably giving GG any pause was the TA. And the mobility and damage that came out from that TA. So we will go into the game 2. Meanwhile, I will play some music.
feel it for the first time. I feel it for the first time. Oh, I won't break down tonight. I feel it for the first time. I feel it for the first time.
When the sun goes down and you're all alone, the frozen fires fill your lungs with cold. Everything I did it for you. And all the memories taken away. I know that you can't see me, please believe me when I say everything I did it for you. So save me tonight, and don't let it get me. No, I see the light, it's coming to take me. So save me tonight, don't let it get me. No, I see the light, it's coming to take me. So save me tonight, don't let it get me. No, I see the light, it's coming to take me. So save me tonight, don't let it get me. No, I see the light, the light's gonna take me. When the lights collide, I like so approach is close, the gates of gold. Everything I did it for you. So save me tonight, and don't let it get me. No, I see the light, it's coming to take me. So save me tonight, don't let it get me. No, I see the light, it's going to take me home. It's coming to take me home. The light's gonna take. The light's gonna take. The light's gonna take. The light's gonna take. So save me tonight. For you, I'll wait forever. Hear my breath as I search for heaven. For
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Tide Hunter.
Radiant team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ogre Magi!
Radiant team pick.
Enchantress.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Oracle.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Mirana. Radiant team pick.
Okay, we are into 4th pick, and we see the draft shaping up very nicely. It's very obvious that GG
5 seconds remaining.
builds their lineup around the Tidehunter.
Reserve
Well,
time.
actually, I wouldn't say they build it around the Tidehunter, but
10
that
seconds
Tidehunter is
remaining.
one of their core picks. In almost every game that they can get Tidehunter, they will get it.
Dire team pick.
And FourZeroZone have respect banned out the Drow. Otherwise, the bans for GG have been
10
more or less the
seconds
same, whereas FourZeroZone has changed
5
up
seconds remaining.
a little bit. Instead of
Reserve
first ban
time.
Darkseer, they've chosen to respect ban the Drow. Ogre Magi, Enchantress, Juggernaut, AA. So it does look like Enchantress is gonna be one of the cores. And we're gonna have Ogre and Magi. Ogre and Magi. Oh my goodness, my brain. We're gonna have Ogre and AA on the 2 supports.
Life stealer.
Radiant team ban.
GRILLS Gaming picks a Lifestealer 4th. So we have at least 2 cores out for them.
10 seconds remaining.
Mirana probably
5
gonna be
seconds
playing
remaining.
mid. So I guess there's 3 cores.
5 seconds
And
remaining.
we're waiting on the last bans. Winter's Wyvern
Dire team ban.
banned out by FourZeroZone. Let's see what GG does.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
They should be thinking of all the cores that FourZeroZone is gonna play, which is likely the mid laner. I'm guessing. GG still thinking about the last ban with 10 seconds on the clock.
10 seconds.
They've decided to get rid of the TA, which gave them so much trouble the last game. And now they get to pick their last. I'm guessing it's
10
another
seconds
support,
remaining.
which can combo with the Oracle.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Another carrier for the Lifestealer wouldn't be a bad idea as well,
5
but
seconds remaining.
Mirana can carry a Lifestealer quite well. So I guess Mirana is gonna be the support, and we're gonna get another carry for the Lifestealer. Carry meaning vessel, not farmer. And last pick for
10
FourZeroZone.
seconds remaining.
Let's see what call they're gonna take.
5 seconds remaining.
I think it should be for the mid,
Reserve time.
and it's at OD. So I'm not really sure which draft of these two I really prefer, but I'm leaning towards
10
the GG
seconds
draft.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But Junk as well as OD are going to be hard to fight late game, and Enchantress can deal a lot of damage as well. So the captain is in the washroom, and they're gonna wait for her to come back before they resume and pick the hero. So first game, GG won the game. Pretty convincingly, I might say. With their Drow and VS combo. Second game, Drow was first banned by FourZeroZone. So we are seeing a different strategy here right now. We have an early smoke and a TP right out down the middle. Just making sure they manage to get the early visibility, which is so important.
Very well.
So game's resumed, shots fired. But still the early smoke managing to get that ward planted out early. So yes, it is basic courtesy to check with your opponent and see whether they're ready to resume the game. But I guess, you know, sometimes when you play pubs and you get used to just spamming F9. So I don't think there's gonna be any contesting of the runes. It's gonna go to GG top and FourZeroZone
The
bottom.
battle begins.
I was meant to have this.
We see this nice bit of teamwork here. The Mirana just comes in from the back, helping Tinker block up the creep wave so that it lands nicely right here on the cliff. And this sentry ward, just to check whether there are any ops on the hill, just misses by a little bit. I don't know what is this error, but an Astro, first spell for the OD. In the top lane, Oracle, Lifestealer, and Potem make their way top against Olga and Enchantress. So both sides have sufficient healing to keep each other, keep people alive. So unless you manage to burst them down, I don't think we're gonna see that much action top. And in the bottom lane, we have the Tide Hunter against the AA and the Jug, and Tide Hunter has just made it to level 2. So untouchable as well as Ogre's Bloodlust means that neither side can do very much other than try and take some EXP. And this is very weird. I'm seeing a moving error box.
Is missing.
We have the Oracle moving in, but the ward will definitely spot both of them out. They know, and by now they should have guessed that, hey, these people have sight. There's no reason why they would back off. But unfortunately, neither support has sentries. Oh, they just bought it, but it's gonna take a while before it gets here. And the combo not managing to land very well. So just now they couldn't decide which one to stun. Oracle stunned one target and then the Potent went for the other. And in this engage, the timing was just a bit wrong. And this ward is just out of range. They are not gonna be able to spot it. But I think they do guess. That it's further down, and they do manage to get rid of it. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, level 2 and level 3 on the AA and the Jug. And Tide is gonna hit level 3 shortly as well.
Missing top.
Meanwhile, we see a smoke rotation coming out from Oracle as well as the Potem. And the OD is actually quite out of position, going all the way and getting hit like 3 times by the tower. This time we have the double stun combo going off perfectly, and Tinker coming in with a laser just to get the first blood. And Tinker can now actually take the rune because no one's gonna be there to take it. No one's gonna be there to contest. And that's gonna be extremely beneficial for the Tinker because she doesn't need to go home to heal. And that would just give her more EXP with this wave of creeps here.
Missing top.
OD is forced to TP back out and continues going very aggressively, standing on top of the opponent's hill.
Little is missing.
Level 5 versus level 4. It is quite obvious that, okay, well, Tinker just made it to level 5, but it's quite obvious that OD was managing to control the Tinker quite well before this. And in the top lane, surprisingly, we do see a kill on the Enchantress. So I'm sorry I missed that, but I did see that the heal was on.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So it must have been quite a long drawn out chase before they finally managed to take down the Enchantress.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Missing top.
Level 5 on a tri-lane carry versus 2 level 2s on the duo off. This is not a lane that is going well. If you do a duo off lane, you cannot afford to die because that will give the tri-lane way too much. Just way too much. And this tri-lane has even managed to rotate out to mid to get a kill on the OD. So the top should kind of just abandon being duo right now and move off somewhere. The Enchantress could go and forest, get more EXP, and leave the Ogre to suffer for a bit.
Middle is missing.
But it's quite obvious that this dual lane is not working out. In the bottom, however, we have a level 4 Tide
Middle is missing.
with 800 gold, which is actually not bad. So Tide still manages to consistently place somewhere in the middle of the net worth chart, which is, I guess, why they always pick Tide for her.
Middle is missing.
In the top lane, you can see the tri-lane shuttling the duo off back to their tower. And the stun combo, once again, not having the desired effect, but it does kind of chase them back further. Enchantress is dealing a lot of damage on the bottom, and the double stun combo takes down the enchant. Now the ogre is being focused on level 3 with, well, no items except boots and wind lace, which just gives movement speed. It doesn't really do enough for you to
Radiant's
survive
top tower is
against
under attack.
the lifestealer slow, as well as 2 stuns. Enchantress TP's back out. Level 2, just turning level 3.
Middle is missing.
And the 2 supports have time to rotate or pull creep, whichever they decide is more effective for them right now, simply because top
Missing top.
is winning by so much. On the other hand, however, the Jug is having got a good time bottom, and the AA is level 5. So once the AA gets 6, that's gonna be
Missing
quite a
top.
game changer. The combo together with OD and the long range damage that can deal, in addition to chilling touch, it's gonna work
Is under attack.
quite well if the combos manage to hit. So Jug and AA, after trying to siege the tower, forced to use healing ward, and we see the Potem rotating to the bottom lane as well. But at the same time, we have an ogre who has decided to come and join and be a tri-laner after being duo for 9 minutes.
Dire's
So
bottom
arrow
tower
hits
is
the
under
Jug,
attack.
and Potem doesn't manage to back off before the Jug gets off her ultimate, and Jug is taken down with a rotation of Lifestealer. Tide is level 6 now, probably going to be looking for the Ravage, and AA and Ogre are trying to head off as fast as they can. The Tide's actually in range now for Ravage, manages to catch the Ogre. The AA, on the other hand, manages to miss the Ravage and runs into the trees.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tinker gets bottom rune while OD gets the top rune. Level 8 OD versus a level 7 Tinker. So we see the distance once again pulling apart. OD, even with getting ganked once, is still at higher net worth than the Tinker. And in the bottom lane, I think GG were thinking about it, considering going for the 2, but a Lifestealer decided to go top to get some farm, since the lane is more or less free.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Enchantress trying to do a pull, so she doesn't have enchant, which is a pity, because these creeps here
Dire's bottom tower
are really
has
good
fallen.
to enchant.
Radiant's top tower. is
Meanwhile, in the
under
bottom
attack.
lane, Jug and Ogre are pushing quite aggressively,
Dire's bottom
and
tower is under
they are
attack.
going on second tower.
Dire's structures are
We're gonna
fortified.
see
Dire's
two
bottom
supports.
tower is under attack.
Mirana as well as Oracle head up to the lane. Tide comes in as well, but it's just a bit too late. Or, well, I guess they circled in the wrong way. And the two Radiant heroes managed to run off. Meanwhile, in the middle,
Dire's
Tinker
middle
is taken
tower
down
is
by a
under attack.
combo between the AA and the OD. And it looks like FourZeroZone is heading up top to go for the tower because they know that Lifestealer is the only hero right here now. And Lifestealer has to rage, and TP manages to make it out even though Jug used
Dire's
ulti.
top tower is under attack.
However, this leaves the tower unprotected and it will go down.
Dire's top tower is fallen.
So the
Radiant's bottom
EXP
tower is
and
under attack.
net worth graph are both in FourZeroZone's favor right now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But it's still at the stage of the game
Radiant's
where
bottom tower is under
it
attack.
doesn't make that much of a difference yet.
Radiant's bottom tower
Not
has fallen.
yet. BOT on the Tinker. And OD comes in with an Astral on the Tinker. Ogre doesn't have any mana to follow up. And with the Tide TPing in, even though she has no mana, it's enough to drive them back. So we do have the AA coming in as well. And here we have the AA comboing with the OD. Ice Blast together with Astral and Arcane Op hits.
Dire's middle
Just
tower
not enough
is under
damage
attack.
to take down the Tide Hunter yet. And in the top, Lifestealer is focusing on farming. Has an armlet right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Tide is close to a mecha. It's gonna help in team fights quite a bit, but it's gonna be... well, the effectiveness is gonna be limited by Ice Blast if that hits. And we do see a smoke gang coming out, OD coming out from the back with Ice Blast that's gonna miss. And their forces are now separated. Moonlight Shadow is gonna help them remain undetected while they hit. Tide Hunter's Ravage coming in, hitting 3 heroes. OD manages to make it away.
Radiant's
And we also have the AA running away with very little HP, but the Jug does go down. And I think they're gonna be pretty happy with getting that Jug kill, because I believe Jug is,
Radiant's top tower
well,
is under attack.
Jug is level, let me see. Jug is level 9. Okay, well I guess it's not super high. I kind of thought the Jug was closer to the OD's level, which is 11. But they're gonna be happy about getting that kill nonetheless, cause Jug is a core.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they're gonna be able to push the tower a little bit. We have a quick BOT up of the Tinker. She sees the opportunity to split the forces, because if she pushes top, that means that they either have to defend or she can come and try and chip away at the tower a little bit. And if they decide to go on mid, she can just TP home and
Radiant's top tower is
TP
under
back out
attack.
mid to help her team.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So in the bottom lane, Jug is thinking about it. Jug has his ultimate up, just going in a spin, but the timing is not right. The creeps are there, so the jumps would not have hit, and the damage from the ulti would not have been that effective. So he just chooses to hold on to the ulti for now. Tidehunter's Ravage up in more than half a minute. They are probably not gonna pick a fight yet. And Mirana's ulti also gonna be up soon. So it's gonna be likely that we see a combo when they go for an engage.
Illusion.
So the ogre is gonna walk up onto the hill into 3 enemy heroes, and we have the double stun combo coming out. And Purifying Flames, and down goes the ogre.
Then
So here we have GG trying again to get a combo out. If I'm not wrong, the Tide is spotted because she's just under the tower. So 4 staff up on the OD means that the OD has a lot of mobility, can go forward and catch, can astral people, can run away, but at the same time it gives extra intelligence and damage. So Tide still has the Ravage, thinking about it, decides to just let it go, and Ice Blast just missing by a little bit. OD turning around back in, tries to take out the Tide. Tide does end up dying, but at the same time Ogre is taken down. Now the Oracle is being focused on, and is taken out by Enchantress with that long range hit. Lifestealer Potem managed to make it away, and the bottom lane has been pushed out by the Tinker, which forces the Jug back to come and defend the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's do a quick item check. Tinker picks up the dagger. Mecha comes out on the Tide. We have a point booster here on the POTM. Jug has a Yasha. Ogre still doesn't have anything yet, but has Dust. So it's a very good thing to be disciplined in carrying Dust when you are against Invis heroes, or heroes that can go Invis. And you should get it early. You shouldn't wait until you have to learn the lesson before you get it. You should just get it straight away. Hurricane Pike comes out on the OD. And the Ogre is behind, just bloodlusting the OD up. Similarly, we have the Oracle sitting by the Lifestealer, just babysitting and making sure that the core gets everything that the core can get. I think I'm doing a good job of clearing out the lanes. So Ravage and Moonlight are up, and I think we're gonna see another pause because the OD just DC'd. So there we go. Let's take a look at EXP and gold. Both have gone down in favor of GG. So seeing the peak there and then this slant is never good news for the other team. And the OD has reconnected. Dazzle up on the Nyx now.
Go for my master.
So we see Roshan being taken. Heroes still don't have that much damage right now, so it is taking quite a long time. Fortunately for them, they have a tide to tank it up, and the Ice Blast coming in should probably abort that Rosh attempt. AA is taken down by the Tinker, and we have a dust coming out that just doesn't manage to catch the heroes because GG has decided to back off rather than use the Moonlight Shadow to engage. I think FourZeroZ are thinking about going for the Roshan, however GG is coming back in with an infested Tidehunter. And on the other end, Potem has managed to leap and arrow the Enchantress but has gotten exiled in the meantime. And Ravage coming out manages to hit quite a lot of the heroes but doesn't manage to get the Jug while the Jug is spinning. Potem dies, and OD is now chasing down the remnants of dire heroes. And we have a team wipe right now. The trade for just one Enchantress is pretty worth it. I don't think GG can stop this Rosh takedown right now. So they're dealing quite a lot more damage faster than GG. So the Olga just walking up and planting a ward because she knows that the heroes just spawned, probably wouldn't have had time to come out yet, and that they weren't probably gonna defend Roshan, so they gave her the space to quickly dump a ward there. And now FourZeroZ pressing their advantage. Arrow comes off, but healing ward is up, so Jug's not really gonna care about that very much. Additionally, Jug has the Aegis. And the AA's Ice Blast just coming out a bit too early. Not managing to hit anything because it was cast from such a close range. I feel she's a little bit hasty in letting the Ice Blast go. It's very tempting to use Ice Blast frequently as soon as it cools down, simply because it costs so little mana and it cools down so fast. But in that timing when it's cooling down, you could miss a wonderful opportunity for a very good team engage. Tinker has Avalanche. And Dragonlance up on the Enchantress. Battle Fury completed on the Jug, and we see the OD has picked up a Mystic Staff and comes in on the Oracle. The AA has a nice long range ulti which does manage to hit the Oracle. Oracle TP's out now together with the Lifestealer, and they don't manage to get the kill even though Jug's still looking for them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Potem is farming up a Scepter, Aghanim Scepter. And Tide has a dagger right now. So this is gonna help the engages. And Tide can now be an effective carry for the Knights. Okay, Vessel for the Knights. Just to avoid confusion. A smoke rotation coming out of GG, but they aren't gonna find anyone because all the 4-0Z girls have gone top. Jug has picked up a BKB and dispels the smoke. And Ravage is now wasted. The Jug manages to escape that. And we have the Tide eating the entire ultimate of Jug and manages to TP out. And we have all the heroes from GG just TPing out and just getting out of there as fast as they can. So that didn't go as well as they hoped it would.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That actually escalated quite
Radiant's
quickly.
top tower is
And we
under
have
attack.
Shiva as well on
Dire's
the
bottom
OD
tower
that's
is under
completed.
attack.
Ogre is going for an Everlance.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
We will probably see the Arcane Boots dismantled to complete that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Enchant is top alone.
Dire's bottom tower.
So actually GG does know that they could try and engage because they have the numbers. And Potom coming in from the back, the Ogre should have seen that starter step. But she still continues walking in. The AA's ultimate comes in, not hitting anything, and the Potom manages to run away from the Jug who was chasing her. Meanwhile, AA is taken down at the back by Lifestealer as well as the Tide Hunter, and Ogre makes it away with drop of HP. Tinker almost has Scepter. It's gonna deal a lot of damage once she picks that up. GG have got to be quite happy with their engage, managing to take down the OD in that fight. Still a quick KDA check. So both teams stand at 13-13 right now. But we have the two cores from 4-0Z with 4 kills each, and the Jug has also got a very respectable 8 assists. Whereas on GG's side, Lifestealer also isn't doing too badly, 317. And Tide is leading with 4 kills, whereas Potom has the most assists. Now we are seeing the teams group up again on opposite sides of the map.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's like they had this arrangement beforehand. Let's try to keep our own personal spaces. Oh my goodness, so the Tide Hunter manages to catch the back line. However, it's gonna be very difficult for them to take down the Jug, which is BKB. And somehow they're still visible. Tide Hunter is taken down. Oracle doesn't manage to do enough healing to herself. And luckily, Lifestealer manages to get out though. We also have Potom keeping out from the back of the 5 heroes of 4-0Z. And the Tinker counter pushing in the lane just to cut the creep wave and ensure that 4-0Z cannot go into base. However, 4-0Z look like they are gonna go for the mid tower, which has 200 HP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But I don't think it is likely they can continue to push because all the heroes from GG have spawned. So Roshan is still not out yet. Let's do an item check. Tinker with the scepter. Bottom. Still short one item for scepter. Lifestealer has Echo Saver and 1.4k. OD has picked up a gem. And Enchantress, not too sure what she's going for, just picked up an Ogre Club. Maybe a Scepter as well. And Jug has been using the items very well and timing the Ravagers very well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And in the back we have the AA with a 4-staff just standing back looking for the opportunity to land a good Ice Blast. So I'm guessing the Lifestealer would be going for Abyssal eventually. Comes in on the OD. OD Astros himself, herself, and the stun from... Wow. So, sorry I'm a bit slow there. The stun from the Oracle actually doesn't manage to do very much, but the Tide coming in from the back manages to clear the OD out. So they've invested a lot on that OD kill. And right now, if FourZeroZone choose to jump GG, they don't really have any power to break the engagement. Except maybe if the Tinker comes in. Arrow just barely missing the backline. And the smoke will be broken as the heroes move up. Enchantress gets engaged on, but the Jug just pops out from the trees and pushes them back. And we see Lifestealer TPing out because she knows there's no point staying anymore. Ravage is down. Moonlight Shadow's down.
Missing bottom.
And they've just scouted that Roshan is out. So they're gonna need to protect the bottom rune area. They're gonna need to keep their sight there. They're gonna need to ensure that Roshan isn't sneaked under their noses. Because it's gonna be very difficult for them if the OD gets the Aegis. This is an Aegis that they probably do not want to give up. And we do see them fighting for vision control over in this area and checking to make sure that FourZeroZone did not sneak in. Meanwhile, however, FourZeroZone is still skulking around nearby, and this ward here is giving GG a lot of information as to the whereabouts of the team. Jug now has a dagger and Manta. And a DD. Look at the damage, 1000 crit. Now, I'm not sure if we're gonna see a repeat telecast of the Roshan fight, but I'm pretty sure FourZeroZ knows. They know because there's no one on the map, and they know that Roshan is out, and they know that that was where they were last seen. So GG, not wanting to risk it, they've just backed off a bit, but still they're unwilling to give it up totally, and they are actually wasting quite a lot of their farming time just hanging around waiting. So arrow coming out just to scout, and Potem with the scepter manages to clear creeps very easily. So meanwhile, they know very well that FourZeroZ has gone into the Rosh pit and they are at it. But there's nothing much they can do because the damage output from FourZeroZ is just that high. We have the Ogre picking up the Aegis. So I'm not sure if that was accidental or intentional, but the OD could have dropped 2 items, and I think that was a missed 4 star. I'm not too sure because the 4 star came out with the Shivas, and the backline Ancient Apparition is taken out, but that cost GG a Ravage, and I'm not sure if that's worth it. Ogre still carries the Aegis, so it was really just 1 kill. I'm not sure if there was really an aim to that. So as predicted, we're probably gonna see an Abyssal on the Nikes, Lifestealer. It's been taking a while. And we see the Jug is the highest net worth. Lifestealer stands at 4, below Tinker, Jug, and OD. And Tide still midway on the net worth chart. Very consistent, I must say, this Tide. Meanwhile, mid is being pushed up. We see the Jug has picked up an Eagle Song, and arrow coming in to scout gives away the Potem's position, and she has to leap away because the Jug is coming with dagger and would have just cast ultimate just to take the Potem out.
Has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So they do not manage to defend their tier 3. And with Ravage down, the Witch was used to take out just 1 solo AA previously down the middle.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The Lifestealer comes out aggressively, and the focus is on Tidehunter. 2 heroes go down in that, and we have the Lifestealer running for her life. Well, she does make it out, but the 2 Rexes in the middle are definitely gonna go down. Let's take a quick look at the EXP and XP. Both are in FourZeroZ's favor. And Ogre's Aegis gets used, and she's gonna be taken down twice in a row. Meanwhile, FourZeroZ backs off as fast as they can. And Tinker moves down the bottom lane to push because she knows that FourZeroZ is still backing off from middle, so there's no way that they could have gotten here so quickly, especially since they still have sight. Another DD for the Jug. So just taking a look at the items once again. Pipe on the type. We're gonna have a Hex soon for the Tinker. And Ghost Scepter inside a bank slot. Junk has a butterfly completed. He blinks in and all his bounces land mostly on the Lifestealer. Lifestealer infests and they use Moonlight Shadow and back off. So with the junk leading like that, not sure if that's the best way to engage. Because now they can just reset and start defending again, especially with the Tinker's March. So I think the junk was banking on killing maybe 1 or 2 supports, but unfortunately all the bounces landed on the very big Lifestealer. Ravage coming in on point once again. Manages to take out the junk and Ogre. And the Enchantress also goes down. OD forced to back off together with the AA. And the AA is caught out. The Hex found the Tinker just repeatedly hexing the AA. And she goes down quite quickly. OD on the other hand is the only survivor right now. Items. Well, picked up a BKB since we last noticed and still has 2.3k. I believe the hero should actually have buybacks. Well, yeah. But, well, not everyone has. And I guess they'll be holding on to it for a better buyback timing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So this gives GG opportunity to push bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But they choose to back off. Because only the junk isn't out. There isn't enough time for them to take down one set of Rex. They just don't have damage output right now. Abyssal is up on the Nyx, but it's hard for the Nyx because Nyx just keeps getting kited. So although the Nyx
Missing bottom.
has damage, it's hard for her to just hit and take down heroes.
Regeneration.
And GG backs off quickly. And that was a good back timing because they would have gotten jumped very soon otherwise.
For my master.
So grouping up again. 5 heroes bottom with the junk leading the way.
Dire's
Hyperstone
bottom tower
picked
is
up
under attack.
for the OD. So I really hope the junk doesn't jump in and he does the ulti again unless she manages to see the right heroes in range. And that's not gonna work out very well. 2 BKBs used for a failed engage attempt. The good thing is, however, that they've kept the ultimates on them without using it, and Ravage comes out taking down the Ogre. Ultimate now from the junk bouncing and takes out the support players, which is, I guess, what she has been hoping for. Sanity's Eclipse not managing to deal enough damage to take down any more GG heroes. Aggressive force staff forward. However, OD gets stunned up. by the lifestealer's hits and is taken down. Meanwhile, the Rexes are being cleared. The range barracks is left with 130 HP, while mid pushes in together with the Jug.
Dire's middle barracks are
So
under
there
attack.
goes
Middle barracks
the
are
mid
falling.
Rex, while the Jug TPs away just in time, right before the Tinker can get a hex off. And Jug just right clicks and takes down the Mirana. Abyssal is used by the Lifestealer in a 4v1 situation. I guess that was one of the better situations that the Jug could have hoped for. Hyperstone picked up on the Enchantress as well. It's like Hyperstone play. And Tidehunter's items look like they've been stuck a little. I guess her Ravages this game have not been as effective as they were in the previous game, with Jug managing to escape a lot of the solo Ravages by a well-timed skill 1 or BKB. Tinker has BOT 2, Dagon, Ghost Scepter, Scythe of Ice, Avalanche. Meanwhile, this Rosh is going slowly but steadily. I think they've finally realized that, you know, hey, if we want to take a Rosh and we want to take it sneakily without getting spotted, we need our other teammates to show on the map. Tide's gonna take the cheese as the Potom pushes out mid. Meanwhile, FourZeroZone is gathering top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And we have a sentry coming out just to make sure that GG doesn't try to come in with a Moonlight Shadow. And that was a very, very, very obvious op plan. I guess the only thing that came out of that is they forced the Potom to use the sentry. So this BOT now up on the Jug means that you can split push and can basically shadow the Tinker around and catch the Tinker.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So we are having some kind of split going on.
Dire's bottom barracks.
3 heroes from FourZeroZone are hanging around mid-bottom, while we have the Jug going in on another lane. And this is forcing a movement from GG. It is not ideal. So when they go down, because they need to fight as 5, then we have
Dire's
Jug pushing in top. And Ravage hits 3 heroes, however BKB up from the OD removes any more magic damage. Potom goes down and we have Lifestealer being focused on. However, Lifestealer infects and comes out and manages to take down the OD. Meanwhile, the Jug behind is taken out by a combination of effort. And this is now GG's chance. They need to push back out. They need to take down Rexes. But that's gonna be so difficult to do because the AA can just anti-push like that. And the AA is gonna be able to do that in half a minute more. AC is up on the lifestealer. It gives them extra damage, extra attack
Radiant's
speed.
middle tower is under attack.
But already half the countdown timer has gone off the two heroes, and they've only managed to take tier 2 tower. So Type coming in aggressively, kind of like saying, hit me, just hit me. And you have the A ultimate, just barely missing all three.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And the glyph just forces GG to back off because OD is out. Jug is out in, well, few 20 seconds. And so FourZeroZ managed to defend. Moonshot on the OD. Check out that attack speed. And it's just gonna take one more push, take down the last Rex. And a nice engage. And towers are gonna fall very quickly. And the throne will follow suit. So you can see the command coming out to go for top. Rotate top. Everyone, rotate top. Let's go. Clash top. And the scan, the well-timed scan coming out. However, oh my goodness. So once again, the Ravage being forced on the Jug, and the Jug manages to back off with all the spell immune. Manages to escape everything by using ultimate. And it's GG on the back foot. I believe if they lose this engage, they're probably gonna call it. Because I don't see how they're gonna defend against that when they only have one more Rex left. Wow, Lifestealer coming out at a very opportune time. And let's see how much damage that one Lifestealer can do. So much damage coming out from the Jug. But she does manage to do quite a good job in taking down 3 of FourZeroZ's heroes. Immediate buyout coming out. But I really don't see how one Lifestealer is going to defend against this. The Manta is proving to be very troublesome. And then we have Mega Creeps.
Now have mega creeps.
Mid is pushing in, bottom is pushing in. It's just too much to defend and too few heroes to defend. So it does seem like GG is still trying to hang on to this game.
I'll take that as tribute.
I'm not sure what plan they have in mind, because even if they go down mid and take out all FourZeroZ's heroes, they still don't have the damage to Rex fast enough. Whereas if you take a look at FourZeroZ's heroes, they scale very well with game time. Even Blood Dawn on the Jug, Lotus on the Ogre, and the OD has picked up a Ghost Scepter for the Nikes, I believe. AA is now going for an Arganims. And Enchantress herself can also deal a great amount of damage. So we do see the Jug coming in once again with the offensive blink and ultimate. Meanwhile, OD has been forced to back off with a Lotus Orb on her. And Moonlight Shadow being used. Totem one hit away. Nyx tries to go back in. Nyx has no HP, has to back off and heal up. Astro coming in on the Oracle. And Oracle dies. Ogre just out of position there. And we have the OD coming back in, focusing. Nyx, a stun and Abyssal goes off on the OD. And amazingly, GG managed to hold this. Only the Jug manages to make it away alive. But even so, defending is, well, I wouldn't say easy, but defending is easier because they have a Tinker. But going on the offensive is a totally different story altogether, especially since they'll be fighting against Mega Creeps. So to me, this is just gonna be a war of attrition. FourZeroZone can just repeatedly throw themselves against this tower, throw themselves repeatedly against the throne. Could just do it like maybe a few more times until it's low enough to fall. And GG's gonna be forced into this base. They have to stay there. And I don't think they can do anything if FourZeroZone take the Roshan, which I'm very sure they're gonna check. There we have it. So GG know that they're taking Roshan and they have a Moonlight Shadow that's up. However, there is a sentry that is gonna spot them out. And they know that. And there's just way too much damage. The Aegis is taken. Ravage just comes in a little bit too late. Refresher Ravage coming out. And we have OD being taken down, but that's just the first death for the OD. There's still a second one with the Aegis. And we have Sanity's Eclipse coming out, which takes out Mirana. And even the Enchantress is dealing so much damage at the back. An Oracle forced to back off. However, they are still giving chase because they know that there's only a short amount of time that the cloak can keep her invis, and suddenly, victory. So we have a 1-1 draw between FourZeroZone and GG. And that's it for me tonight. Forecast. Thank you for being here.